Well, Musideum has become a place where I share many facets of me as a composer, musician, entrepreneur. My collection of musical instruments that are unique and one of a kind in the world. And it doubles as a store that actually sells instruments as well. I think I was one of the first 5 tenants in the building. At that time, there was basically, in a nutshell, no one knew about this building. No one cared. It was the middle of nowhere. I mean, we're talking over 15 years ago. And I needed an inexpensive place to rent. But when I saw this building, even in its decrepit state and lousy area, I identified it as some place that I could, house my ventures in. And so I signed up immediately to be a tenant. I believe at that time they couldn't find people at all to want to rent in this area and to rent in a kind of a building, unrenovated building. They couldn't find people, so I just jumped in there and said, give me a whole whack of space and I'll try to build something nice. And now, come 15 years later, this building is now the center of the arts community in Toronto. and over the years, I've built several businesses and studios in the space, probably about 6 or 7 different places over the past few years. The way it is now, I'm running a studio downstairs, and I'm running Musideum as this all-encompassing kind of share musical instruments kind of place. And it's exciting because I'm just looking forward to further developing this whole concept. And I love being at 401 because of what it's become. I loved it before, but now when I look around me and I see that there are so many people taking advantage of what this building is, and I am so honored to be part of it, and to help shape what it is. In fact, in a nutshell, I think I've brought the ability for sound and music to be part of this community. In order to become part of this community, you have to be dedicated. What I mean by that is you have to have a vision which spans over 5-10 years. If you're not willing to be involved in this community for the next 5 or 10 years, I'm not throwing that out lightly. I mean, really, really involved. You have to make a commitment as a company to be involved in this arts community for the long run. Everybody in this community has that long-term vision of what they do. The reputation of the building of being hard to get into, etc., it's not hard. It just takes a commitment. It takes a long time, and you have to be real. This whole thing's so magical because it's real. You can't fake your way in. And that is a really important part of what makes this building special. Everybody here is for real. And really what I mean by that is that everybody in here is here for the long run. It's not a short-term thing.